Hi everyone, Gloria here, Lillybeth's mom. I hope everyone had a wonderful Easter. I know my family and I did, and it's been a little bit hard getting back into the daily routine of things, having to take time to put away the Easter baskets and all the Easter doings. But that's all out of the way now, and I have time to make a little video for everybody. You know that Goodwill is my favorite place to shop. I always remind everyone of that. And my daughter went to Goodwill last week, and we always find treasures there. But she found a vintage lot of clothes, of infant clothes and blankets and that sort of thing. And they are just lovely. I love these little things. And so I asked her if I could video Lillybeth in one of the outfits, and so that I could show you all these things. And of course she agreed. I always bring the things that she buys from Goodwill home, and if they need refurbishing or whatever, I do that for her. And these were all very delicate items, and so I gently washed and whitened those things. They were all quite yellowed, but they turned out beautifully, and I just wanted to share it with you. So first, here is my beautiful Lillybeth. She's just sleeping so peacefully as usual in her bouncer, and she is in one of the blue dresses that was in that lot. It was one of my favorites because, as you know, I've mentioned it several times that I love this pale blue on babies. So I have her in this dress, and I'll tell you a little bit about these dresses. Let me give you a better shot from a distance here so that you can appreciate the beauty of the little dress and the handwork. These dresses are all handmade and hand stitched, made out of a very fine batiste material, and they go back as far as the late 40s and early 50s. They made them for several decades. I would think perhaps they even make them today, although I've not seen them in any stores. But they were made in the Philippines by women who made all of the dresses and diaper shirts and pillowcases and blankets and all by hand. And I'm sure that they had to work very hard to do this. It requires a lot of skill, and more than likely these ladies had a quota that they had to fill on making these dresses, and they probably made very little money per item, which is really a shame, but it makes me appreciate these even the more. But as far as the history of these, I'm 66 years old, and my mother, when I was about a year old, or not quite a year old, had a photograph of me made in one of these type dresses that she had purchased. And at that time, even on up through the 70s, you could get these little dresses at variety stores, or what we used to call 5 and dime stores. They were very, very inexpensive, and they were always pressed flat and starched, so they were quite stiff, and they were just laid one on top of the other. Sometimes they were folded, almost like you would fold a handkerchief, and you just unfolded to look at the different ones in the style. And that's where you purchase these dresses. And I always loved them, as far back as I can remember. just appreciated so much this fine handwork. And so when my oldest daughter came along, she's 42 now, so in 1972, I purchased one of these dresses and brought her home from the hospital in it. And I don't know what happened to that little dress. I had every intention of keeping it, but somehow or another, over the years, it got misplaced or whatever. And then when my younger daughter came along in 1979, they had started producing the Feldman brothers dresses, which to me are very similar, only, of course, a little higher quality, and certainly more expensive. But that's what I brought my second daughter home from the hospital in. And I will start off, I want to show you this beautiful, beautiful pillowcase that was part of that lot. And it has the hand embroidery on the edging in a ribbon pattern with the tiny little hand embroidered flowers. And then Lillybeth has the baby blue dress on. And I'll pull in close here, and perhaps you can see each individual stitch on the tucking that is on this dress. The sleeves are also sewn in by hand, all the stitching done by hand. And here is the beautiful little edging on this dress. I'll pull back here. And the pretty blanket that Lillybeth is on in her bouncer, this was also in that lot that my daughter found that day at Goodwill. And all I had to do was just gently wash it and clip some loose strings and gave it a light little spray starch for body, and it just ironed up beautifully. So it just made the outfit look so pretty. And in Lillybeth's hand, this is a rattle that was given to me by one of my co-workers at a baby shower she gave for me back in 1972, right before the birth of my first daughter. And it was on a package that she gave me, and I've kept it all these years in a little box along with some other baby memorabilia. And I also used it with my second daughter. It still has a nice little rattle to it. So since we were doing the vintage theme today, I got that out and decided to put that with Miss Lillybeth. But I wanted to show you this. This is something that is a treasure to me. The lady that I worked with, this was also a gift at that baby shower from her. She did not have children of her own, yet she loved babies and baby things, and she gave me these beautiful little hand crocheted booties, and they have a little rosebud on top. And this was also part of the outfit that I had on my daughter when she came home from the hospital. And when my second daughter was born, she also wore these booties. And 30 years later, when she had my grandbaby wore these home from the hospital. So they have great sentimental value. And because of the little rose that's on there, they just look beautiful with this dress that Lillybeth is wearing today. Now, these little slips she has on, it came with another outfit that I had bought for one of my daughter's baby dolls when she was a little girl. So I guess you could consider it vintage. It's back from the very early 1980s, but it just looked beautiful under here. And this is sort of a thin material, so she did need a little slip under it. Okay, I'll give you one more from a distance and show you just how sweet this is. on Lillybeth. And I'd like to show you the rest of the dresses. I have restored them as well. Washed and starched and ironed them. Had to use some whitening on them. This is one of my favorites. See all the tiny little hand tucking? Can you imagine doing all that? Having such talent and skill. And spread that out so you can see the pattern at the bottom. It's just lovely. And all of these dresses have a little fold or a little tuck at the back to give the baby a little extra room. And the hand tucking, you can see, if I zoom in here, you can see the very small stitches that were made. Okay, I'll get another one here. This one is a larger size. It's probably for, I think it says it's a year old, a 12-month. And I don't have it buttoned here, but you can see these fine little tucks and the beautiful work around the collar and sleeves. And I'll turn it on the back, and it has the wider hand tucking at the top on that one. This one is a little boy's gown. My daughter has 3 reborn babies, and one of them is a boy named Wyatt. And this will just be adorable on him. Has the tiny tucking and hand embroidery. And it's also in the pale blue. Just beautiful. I love it. I hope you all do too. We can appreciate all this fine work, and just to think that it was just sold for such a little amount back then. This one is not in quite as good a condition as the others. I had to do some repair work on it, but nevertheless it's so sweet. It's well worth keeping and putting on the babies, and since they are such good babies, there will be no more wear to these little dresses, and so that's a good thing. And that one is basically like the others on the back. But okay, ladies, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I would love to have some comments from those of you that are, are familiar with these little dresses, and perhaps you all have some stories you would like to tell in a video about the dresses when you were little, wearing them yourselves or getting them for your children, or just in general your feelings on the little vintage dresses. But as always, let me give you another close-up look of my beautiful Lillybeth. If you can see some of her veins, I'll get up a little closer right in there. She has beautiful veining. A darker one on her hand. And her beautiful little fingers. She's my precious girl. Okay, everybody. Hope you have a good evening. And blessings and hugs to all. Please subscribe and please comment. I would love to hear from you, and I'll talk to you again really soon. Bye-bye.